Texas is on the verge of executing a man who is convicted of murder based on flawed scientific evidence and is likely innocent. Robert Roberson is scheduled to be put to death by lethal injection later today for the 2002 death of his 2-year-old daughter. Roberson was accused by the police of shaking the child to death, and a supposed medical expert testified during trial that the injuries on the little girl were consistent with shaken baby syndrome. But since the conviction, the science around shaken baby syndrome has shifted, and new evidence has emerged suggesting that Roberson's daughter died of natural causes. In fact, around the country, 34 people who were convicted of shaking their baby to death have since been exonerated due to the flawed scientific testimony used against them in court, including a man down in Texas who was recently released. But if killed, Roberson would be the first person put to death in the U.S. for shaken baby syndrome. The main detective who led the investigation into Roberson and secured his conviction now believes Roberson is innocent, as do other medical experts and a bipartisan group of Texas lawmakers, including some Republicans. But so far, the Texas courts have not given Roberson a reprieve. And this week, the Texas Parole Board voted unanimously to not commute Roberson's death sentence. The board is made up of people appointed by Texas Governor Greg Abbott. Now, there is one glimmer of hope left for Roberson. One day before his execution, the Texas Committee on Criminal Jurisprudence subpoenaed him to testify on October 21st. The committee is composed of lawmakers supportive of Roberson who hope that their investigation and his testimony could save his life. According to CNN, the Texas Department of Criminal Justice is now considering its next steps and whether to delay the execution and allow Roberson to testify. Governor Greg Abbott does have the power on his own to issue a 30-day reprieve to stop the execution, even without the recommendation of the state parole board. That would allow Roberson to testify and give him more time to fight for his innocence. Worth noting that at the urging of Governor Abbott, the same parole board did opt to pardon Daniel Perry earlier this year, who killed a Black Lives Matter protester. But now the board is condemning a likely innocent man who probably didn't even commit any crime at all to death. Some sick people in power down in Texas. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our new videos. Also, if you want to see Means Morning News in its complete form, not just the clips we post here, head on over to Means TV and get access to all our new episodes and our entire backlog, plus tons of other great movies and original TV shows.